Hello and welcome to York Observatory Teletube, the online astronomy and astrophysics program written and presented by the students, faculty, alumni, and friends at York University. I'll be one of your hosts this evening, and I'm joined by Nakul, Marianna, and Maheen, broadcasting live from AICO Observatory, located at York University in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. York YouTube broadcasts every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. local Toronto time. And for any questions or comments you have of our past shows, or if you have any suggestions for future topics, please send us an email at observe@yorkie.ca. You can always connect with us on Twitter or Instagram with the handle @York Observatory and Facebook at Alani Caldwell Ups. We would like to inform you about the opening and call for applications for the Summer 2023 Astronomer in Residence program. This program is a collaboration of the Alani Caldwell Observatory with Killarney Provincial Park to host astronomers in the certified dark sky site of Killarney to lead in-person presentations and shows using the park's observatory. To learn more about the program, its requirements, and the application process, visit our website at yorkie.ca /science/observatory/air. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dorsa, and we're here from the Alani Caldwell Observatory at York University. Tonight, we've got a great presentation about the Canadian Lunar Rover mission. The observatory at York campus is in Toronto, and we would like to welcome you all to our show and to acknowledge the traditional land that our telescope is on. The observatory acknowledges its presence on the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations. The area known as Toronto has been taken care by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat and the Métis. It is now home to many Indigenous peoples. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Our stargazing and astronomical efforts join the long history and current practices of astronomy for this land. The observatory looks forward to continuing to learn and revitalizing our knowledge in this area. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Canadian Lunar Rover mission, as I mentioned. But before we continue, I'll be giving it to my colleague Maheen right now, who is going to talk about what we could see this week in the night sky. Maheen, take it away.
Thanks, Dorsa. Welcome, everyone. Before we get started with our main show, we want to give you a little update on what you can see this coming week. Moon is currently in a waning gibbous phase with an illumination of 99%, which means that it is a great opportunity to observe the moon and its features with a small telescope or binoculars. Some of the stars up tonight include Sirius, Betelgeuse, and Procyon. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. It is a part of the constellation Canis Major. Its name comes from a Greek word which means scorching or sparkling. An easy way to locate Sirius in the night sky is using Orion as a guide. Orion's belt, which is made up of 3 stars, points downwards, leading you to Sirius. Betelgeuse is one of the brightest stars that are visible to the naked eye. It is a red supergiant star and the second brightest star in the constellation of Orion. It is easy to identify Betelgeuse in the night sky because of its orangish/reddish color. Procyon is the brightest star in the constellation of Canis Minor. It is also the 8th brightest star in the night sky with a visual apparent magnitude of 0.34. If you already found Sirius and Betelgeuse, you don't have to worry about Procyon. These 3 stars actually form a big triangle in the night sky, and since these stars are so bright, this triangle can be easily identified once you locate the 2 stars, Sirius and Betelgeuse. There's also another amazing opportunity in the month of March to spot Sirius with some galaxies. Sirius is the brightest object in the main asteroid belt. It will perform a westerly retrograde loop which will carry it through the northern edge of the Virgo cluster of galaxies. One opportunity is on March 11th when Sirius will pass only 5 arc minutes to Messier 91, which is a spiral galaxy. They will be close enough to get a view in a backyard telescope from March 7th to March 14th. Another event to look out for is the half moon near Antares, which is a star, on March 14th. Right before dawn in the southeastern sky, the moon will shine several fingers' worth to the left of Antares. They will be close enough to share a view in binoculars. Well, happy observing, everyone. I will now hand it over to Nakul to get us started with the topic of today's show.
Hello everyone. In today's episode, we will be going over a bit about the moon and Canada's new lunar rover mission. Before we get into the details about this mission, we would like to point out just a few fun facts about our moon. For example, did you know that the moon is the only natural satellite of Earth and it can be observed well from the night sky? It lacks any significant atmosphere, hydrosphere, or magnetic field, and its surface gravity is about one-sixth of Earth's surface gravity. The moon orbits the Earth at an average distance of 400,000 kilometers. Another interesting fact is that due to the moon's gravitational influence, it drives the Earth's tides and also lengthens the Earth's day to what we know as. The moon was formed 4.51 billion years ago where a Mars-sized body impacted with Earth and the blaster materials or the debris came into the Earth's orbit and later accreted and formed into a new body. The landscape of the moon consists of impact craters, ejecta, volcanoes, hails, lava, lava flows, and depression filled by magma. As you can see from the image here, the darker area on moon are actually known as Luna Maria, which are less reflective than the highlands or the lighter region as a result of the iron-rich composition. The Maria covers about 16% of lunar surface, and this side is actually the visible side of the Earth's perspective. On the other side of the lunar highlands are the lighter region of the moon's surface, where there are many ancient lunar crusts that have been guarded extensively by meteoritic bombardment in the early stages of the solar system. Now we have gone through some facts about our national satellite. Let's go in let's get into the mission overview. The Canadian Lunar Rover program is an under-development program which aims to explore the moon and to discover the water ice, a key component needed for the future human space exploration. Dorsa's journey on this national satellite. The launch is expected to happen in the year 2026. The Canadian Lunar Rover will fly as a part of NASA's commercial lunar payload service, which will land on the south pole of the moon, while it carries 6 payloads, in which 5 will be a part of the Canadian Space Agency and 1 will be the part of the NASA. The mission is related to improve in technology as its service needed to reach mission goals, augmented by a suite of scientific payloads in order to be the sound base for the future of Canadian lunar exploration in the coming years. Rovers are essential for the scientific research and interpretation, as they help to gather information from samples of different elements and chemical composition of various moon features like rocks and legotite, as sand on moon surface, at different locations to be sent back to Earth. And the tools and the instrument of rover can help scientists and astronomers in general to learn more in detail about the important components of the moon and its history and its possible future. The rover will explore a region of lunar south pole with the help of its payload. It will gather scientific data on finding water ice that could allow scientists to better understand the lunar geology and environment. The rover is being built by the Canadian Aerospace Corporation, along with another organization from various space industries, academia, and international partners. Now I am giving it over to Marianna, who's going to talk about the mission goals and details.
Thank you, Nakul. Now I would like to talk about some of the main objectives of this mission. The first objective is finding ice water on the surface of the moon. Water is one of the essential elements for life, so finding it on the surface of the moon will be helpful for new human space exploration. This is because it can provide oxygen, which is necessary for life, of course, and hydrogen, which can be used as a source of energy to launch rockets from its surface. Another goal for this mission is about analyzing the lunar soil for better understanding of the geology and the southern region, which again could help us discover new facts we were not aware of before. It could also give us an insight about how future missions should be designed as a way of improving. The last goal for this mission is based on the surface radiation. This would be another key goal to find out how much radiation the surface emits since astronauts would be exposed to it. There are many goals and benefits when it comes to landing rovers on moons and on planets because the information that the science community can gain is valuable for learning about the ancient times in our solar system. This information can also tell us about what is happening in the present and what could possibly happen in our future. This is a big step for space exploration and for astronomers. Moreover, to go along with the introduction and goals, I think it's only right to go into details about the Canadian Lunar Rover mission. This Canadian Lunar Rover is planned for landing in 2026 and is a joint mission with NASA. Let's just say there was a lot of funding towards this rover. So let's talk about the technical details now. This rover is 0.5 square meters large and has a mass of 30 kg, including 6 kg of science instruments. It can travel 0.72 kilometers per hour or 20 centimeters per second, and is powered by solar energy via solar panels. The data transmission delay for this rover is around 6 to 10 seconds. This means that the delay between sending data and us receiving it on Earth would be around 6 to 10 seconds, which is insanely cool and just shows how much we are improving technologically when it comes to space exploration and missions. Some additional features on this rover include antennas, 4 cameras, a 4-wheel drive system, and 6 payloads, where a payload is the carrying capacity of a packet or other transmission data units. This rover will drive and operate through the southern pole on the moon, which will never receive direct sunlight. This is because the goal of the mission, as Nakul mentioned, is to analyze ice water, hence why sunlight won't play a nice part if it was present, as it would just evaporate the ice, or melt and then evaporate it. The tough rover is also designed to survive the long lunar nights where the temperature can drop to less than negative 200 degrees Celsius. Moreover, the Canadian Lunar Rover is under the CSA's Lunar Exploration Accelerator Program, or LEAP for short. This program fosters innovation in areas of strength for Canada, such as science and health, robotics, and artificial intelligence. LEAP was created to provide opportunities for Canadian science and technology activities in lunar orbit, the surface, and beyond. Since the overall goal of this mission is to gather measurements, imagery, and data on the unexplored south pole of the moon, it will be controlled on Earth using the mission control software. One of the main goals of this mission is to hunt for water ice on the moon. So some new and exciting tools are being designed for this rover. The payload herd is involved with the Lunar Hydrogen Autonomous Neutron Spectrometer, or for short form, LHANS. The LHANS tool is designed to detect water ice on the moon by identifying the presence of hydrogen in its soil. Although this tool is still under development, it will look for radiation from space that interacts with the materials beneath the moon's surface, which will be used to confirm the presence of hydrogen. The new data will be used along with previous lunar exploration missions to better understand our moon. I think this is so exciting, and we can't wait to see what this rover does for astronomy in general. Now I shall give it off to my friend Dorsa for some closing credits.
Well, everyone, you have been listening to the Alani Carswell Observatory's weekly Teletube broadcast, the Astronomy and Astrophysics program, written and presented by the students, faculty, alumni, and friends of York University. The hosts this evening have been Marianna, Maheen, Nakul, and myself, Dorsa. Make sure to leave any comments or questions in the comment section of the video and talk to us in the chat right now. We will be around for the next 20 minutes to answer your questions. All of our programs are free, but if you would like to make a donation, see our website at yorkie.ca/science/observatory. You can always connect with us on Twitter with the handle @YorkObservatory and check out our website for show notes, content, updates, and contact info at yorkie.ca/science/observatory. Thank you for tuning in. Clear skies and have a good night, everyone.